Look closely at your genetic code. It actually contains the scattered fragments of an ancient, highly advanced, multi-species utopia. 4 centuries ago, a subtropical continent larger than Antarctica sat between the Americas and Europe. 37 distinct sentient races managed this landmass as a grand experiment in pan-species cooperation. They mastered teleportation and biological immortality before a sudden 7-day collapse killed 2 billion beings. Grounded, urgent tone. Modern crises are the echoes of that failure. To navigate them, we have to audit the 5 dominant factions of Atlantis and isolate the fatal psychological flaws still active in our DNA. The Atlanteans controlled the northern hemisphere through photonic architecture and consciousness networks that linked minds to a planetary database. Their philosophy relied on a mathematical hierarchy that placed Atlantean consciousness at the top, justifying the forced assimilation of other species through aggressive, guided ascension policies. The Earthlings, the planet's elder humans, grew bioarchitectural homes from living wood and engineered symbiotic fungal computing networks that processed information through biochemical signals. This harmony hid deep internal strife, with factions favoring natural order fighting radical groups who viewed all technology as a violation of Earth's biological systems. The Indo mastered sacred geometry to distort local gravity and extract data from astral dimensions. While serving as the continent's diplomats, they were viewed as master manipulators who harbored hidden agendas beneath their gestures of synthesis. The tall white Nordics built cities of phase matter, shifting between solid crystal and energy clouds while manipulating planetary gravity fields. They remained cold and distant, eventually launching preemptive military strikes with weapons that could collapse objects into themselves. The Asian Greys, a cyborg collective, managed the biosphere and used quantum computers to map parallel probability streams. Their reliance on cold calculation led them to build probability-collapsing doomsday weapons, intended to rebalance power if their projections turned violent. These incompatible psychological profiles turned a shared reality into a toxic ideological powder keg. Resource competition and ideological dread sparked the Knowledge Wars, a paranoid, continent-wide arms race. As Atlanteans demanded supremacy, the Earthlings formed underground networks to hide knowledge from the Greys' predictions of inevitable war. In just 7 days, all 5 of these factions panicked and activated their world-breaking technologies all at once. The resulting gravitational inversions and probability cascades shattered the planet's crystalline mantle, drowning the continent under the ocean. The survivors lost their machinery, but their flawed DNA seeded the modern human population. Humanity has returned to the threshold of nuclear and genetic disaster in 2026. The Galactic Federation now monitors Earth from the Pleiades, formed out of the guilt of letting Atlantis fall 4 centuries ago. Federation math split our future into 2 predictive paths. There is a 67% chance we follow our ancestral genetics into a catastrophic collapse. The 29% chance of transcendence requires us to integrate these 5 conflicting natures into a unified consciousness. Atlantis is an evolutionary state. We must choose to rebuild it by transcending the ghosts in our DNA.